and welcome back to my channel, Channel 13. I am Goddess 13. Today is 7/25, 2026. The time is now 5:25 p.m. where I am. Um, Today is Saturday. I almost forgot what day it was. Today's Saturday. I hope everyone out there is having a good weekend thus far. For those of you who are at work, I hope you had a good day at work. For those of you who are heading to work, may you have a good night at work. Whatever you're out here doing, just be safe, be careful, and be mindful of your surroundings. Today, I just wanted to get on here and talk about how creativity. You're never too old to create. And what brought me to this topic was because I was on TikTok today and there was this girl on there. She looked fairly young. And she was like, as a Pisces, is anybody out there, doing what they want to do as far as creativity? Like, she said, I know I'm in a job and I'm really not getting fulfilled from it. And is there anything that y'all out there doing to express your creativity? And I commented and I said, well, I started a YouTube channel. That's what I did. And I'm a Pisces as well. Okay, I'm a March Pisces. And I really enjoyed that question because she asked it with sincerity. Because, those of us who are out here with creative minds, sometimes it is hard to clock in and work for somebody. And, and you have all this extra energy that's stored, and some of us don't know where to put it. I myself, as my talents, I can paint, I can draw, I can sing, I write. I've spoke at 2 engagements in the past. And now I do this. I started my YouTube channel. And a lot of people they don't want to start something like this because they're scared or they're afraid or they're too shy. They may think they don't have anything to offer anyone. They may, come across as, well, I just don't have anything to say and want nobody listen to me. And don't you know there's plenty of people who hop on social media and have YouTube channels and whatever else. They be talking about a bunch of nothing. They don't know nothing, but yet and still they hop up on one of these platforms and get to talking and have massive followers. Like, they have a massive following. I'm going to tell you, on here, I came across this live one day, and there was this one creator. She had, I guess it was a girl, I don't know, but there was a creator on here who had like house music or something in the background going, and she had like disco lights and stuff, neon lights in the background. And hold on, y'all. Oh. And she had like neon lights and stuff going on in the background. And what killed me was she had a laundry basket on her head. If it was a girl, I don't know. But this individual had a laundry basket on their head, just shaking it, and it was live, and people were logging on and watching it. This individual has a mass following on here. And I was like, this is senseless entertainment. And people are logging on this person's live and just watching this person shake their head with a basket on. And disco, not disco music, but house music and neon lights going off all in the background. So if that individual can hop on here with the setup that they had and have massive followers, then why come you can't create something as well? On social media, there is something for everyone. It's like a buffet. If you don't like the head basket creator, then there's somebody over there who's doing makeup. If you don't like makeup, there's somebody over there that's doing cooking. If you don't like cooking, there's somebody over there who's talking about life. If you don't like life, there's somebody over there that's talking about tarot and, you know, astrology. And there's literally something for everyone. Literally. And you can create whatever you want to create. And, don't let it get in your head that, what you bring to the table, nobody's going to watch and nobody's going to pay attention. You don't know. You never know. As a creative, you don't care if anybody watches it or buys something that you've made and you're trying to sell, or somebody clicks on your video. You don't care, because you're not doing it for a purpose of getting famous or whatever. You're doing it because this is what you like to do. And the other stuff just comes along with it when, as you go along the journey of being a creative. See, my channel, it's all about life's journey, because like I said before in my other videos, life is a journey, stay packed. So I called my channel Life's Mystic Journey, channel 13. And I talk about different stuff like, how to come about and be a better person, how to use mental strategy, how to, gain confidence, how to walk in your own power. I mean, I created my channel specifically for women and young girls who may not have a woman figure in their lives to lead them on a path of success. And when I say success, I'm not just saying, materialistic success or of that sort. No, I'm talking about to become a successful woman in the path and journey of womanhood. Not every young girl who later turns into a young woman who turns into a woman, not all of us have or had someone in our lives that we could go to and, help us shape and mold the person we are today. When I was coming up in school, in middle school, I was shocked that some girls, their mothers or whoever was their caregiver, they didn't even teach them about hygiene. Some of them didn't know, you have to make sure you bathe every day. You change your underwear every day. You wash your face. Put on a little perfume. Like some girls out there didn't know how to take care of themselves. And it was because whoever that their caregiver was, they didn't have nobody in their lives to help them. So I personally just wanted to create a channel to help anybody that, is seeking out guidance or, you know, something that'll help them along the way in whatever it is that they seek or desire. And like I said, in my bio, I know a lot about life, and yet I'm still willing to be a student because for me personally, I don't know anything. And because I'm willing to be a student of life, I go through a lot. And sometimes what you may go through can be a guide to help somebody else who's in the same situation or who is in the same situation that you were in. And that's how I operate. Because, like I said in my other video, I have been through a lot of stuff. We all have a story. But I'm willing to help anybody out there that's looking for the information. To be a voice for somebody who may have, inquiry about this or that. That's what my whole purpose of creating this channel was for. To help somebody, anybody, to get to the next level. Being a creative, it can be a blessing and a curse because me personally, I can do a lot, a lot of things. I've done a lot of things, but it's like you're a jack of all trades and a master of none. But my resume is long. And because I have so many skills and I'm a jack of all trades, when things go left or I'm no longer feeling whatever it is that I'm doing, I can always jump on the next train and get going. Some people may call that, well, you're just a grifter. No, I am an individual who has multiple skills in multiple things. I'm just experienced. It's a lot of things that people are afraid to do because they're scared somebody's not going to like it or somebody, is not going to perceive it well. And who cares? You can't win them all. Being a creative, you have to tell yourself with the material that you put out on these social media platforms, everybody's not going to like it. And who cares if they don't like it? You'll get criticism from people who never have done anything, but yet they're an expert on what you're trying to do. So what? When you create The first thing you need to tell yourself is one, because this is what I tell myself. One, I'm not going to argue with nobody on the internet. I'm not. Okay. I'm not going to give whatever that is trying to distract me and extract my energy. I'm not doing that. So there you go. So I'm not arguing with no one on these internet streets. Two, whatever I put out, somebody's going to criticize it, try to nitpick it apart, try to tear me down. But oh well, I don't care because I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me. This is my baby that I gave birth to, and I'm giving it to the world. Criticism is just one of the things that comes with being a creative. And not all criticism is bad. Sometimes people will give you constructive criticism because they want you, you know, to elevate. They give you advice to give you, you know what I'm saying, give you a step further, to put you in the next level. Okay? And I don't create content to get clicks, likes, and views. I don't care about none of that. Because whoever finds my videos, it was meant for you to find me. Another rule that I have is I'm not, I call it because, we can't use certain words on the internet streets, but I call it fried chicken and watermelon content. I'm not making that kind of content. We have enough of that watermelon fried chicken content. That is enough of that. That lane is so filled that it's a traffic jam for 20 years. That lane is already full. I'm not producing content of that level. Okay? I'm just not. And the content that I do produce, I want it to be genuine and I want it to be associated and parallel with the lifestyle that I am living. Not something that I'm dreaming about living, not something that I once lived. No, I want my content to align with the life that I am living currently. We have enough people, like I said before, talking and discussing about things that they know nothing about, that they have never experienced. They just heard somebody else say it or witnessed somebody else go through it, and now it's their experience. It's not genuine, it's not organic. I don't discuss topics like everybody else when it's hot on the internet streets because it draws in views, clicks, likes, whatever. No, because that's not original content. Because once you, like I said in the other video, it's kind of like the actor or the actress. Once you start working in a certain role and you've done this role for 10 plus years, and when that particular show is over and the last season has been written and produced on film, your phone just lights up with that same old role. I'm too multi-dimensional to be stuck in one lane because I know and I have experienced a lot of things. I'm too multi-dimensional to be stuck in one lane. I also had this thing when I was, deciding to create my YouTube channel that I wanted to leave a digital footprint behind. I wanted to create something that would be here years and years once I have transcended on. That's what I wanted for my content. And like I said, the social media and internet streets is like a buffet. There is literally something for everybody. Literally. But this is just what I decided to do. This is where I decided to put my time and energy to within my channel. So if it's, you want to be a creative, I congratulate you, because the first step of doing this, it's hard because, you don't know what you want to talk about, and sometimes you do, but it's just taking the first step to do it. The first step is always the hardest step, but after that, it comes like second nature. So to everybody out there, if you want to create something, don't let fear, because like I said, there is nothing to fear, not even fear. Like, who cares? Just do it. There's never the right time. There's never, don't worry about, what it looks like. And your videos may not be 4K, 5K, or whatever it is, or you may not have the best camera. Hell, I don't even have a good camera. I just got the camera that's on my computer. But you got to start somewhere. No matter how old you are, no matter what, just hop on here and get to going. Just get to going. I don't care. Just get to going. Okay. If you take some of the rules that I made for myself to follow, or you create your own rules, but just stick with it, because you're not going to please everybody. Everybody is not going to like you, and that's fine. Because, you're not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. But just create, and let it just go and flow. Okay. Well, that's all I wanted to, talk about. And that's my time, but I'm going to keep y'all any longer. But just remember, just create and be great. Abracadabra. Bye, guys.